A Sydney woman who murdered her 6-year-old daughter after years of physically abusing the child will spend up to 22.5 years in prison. Kristi Abrahams pleaded guilty to murdering her daughter, Keisha, whose remains were found in bushland in Sydney's west in early 2011, 8 months after she was reported missing. There were angry scenes outside the state's Supreme Court as the prison van carrying Abrahams arrived this morning. Inside, the courtroom was packed as Justice Ian Harrison handed down his sentence, but Abrahams sat with her back to the public gallery. Abrahams showed no emotion as she was sentenced to a non-parole period of 16 years for murder and interfering with a corpse. "Rot in hell!" someone in the public gallery yelled out as she was led away. The judge told the court the crime ranked in the mid-range of seriousness, because it was an impulsive and uncontrolled act of violence. He said Abrahams has shown remorse and is unlikely to reoffend, and that her intellectual disability and own experience of being abused as a child contributed to her crime. The court heard Abrahams was subjected to anti-Aboriginal comments as a child and had witnessed domestic violence in her childhood home. The judge said Abrahams was put in a foster home as a 10-year-old, after her mother died. Keisha suffered abuse throughout her life, but Justice Harrison also said Keisha deserved to be protected and had done nothing wrong. He said the body was kept in a suitcase for 3 days before it was disposed of. The judge told the court there was evidence that Keisha suffered physical abuse throughout her life, but it could not be proven that all the injuries were inflicted by Abrahams. He said in the last 18 months of Keisha's life the frequency of the injuries had increased. The judge said the DNA profile of Keisha's blood was found around her mother's unit. Her partner, Robert Smith, has already been jailed for at least 12 years over his role in the child's death. Abrahams told police that, after she nudged her daughter with her foot to get the crying child to put on her pajamas, Keisha hit her head. She said her daughter was like jelly when she put her to bed and was not breathing the next morning. Abrahams did not seek medical help for her daughter, and agreed facts previously released by the court state that she and Smith put the child's body in a suitcase then buried her in bushland at Shalve. Abrahams and Smith attempted to destroy all evidence that they thought could implicate them in the deceased's death, including removing evidence from the unit and throwing away their clothes, shoes and mobile phone SIM cards, the court papers said. According to the agreed facts, Smith burned the deceased's body prior to burial, burned the suitcase they had used to transport the body, and threw away the hammer he used to dig the grave. The papers say Abrahams was present for the disposal of her daughter's body. An autopsy revealed Keisha had teeth fractures delivered with force and 10 separate injuries to her head, jaw and body. The Department of Community Services, DOCS, which is now called the Department of Family and Community Services, put Keisha into foster care after Abrahams bit her on the shoulder at the age of 15 months. But the child was given back to Abrahams, who had anger management counseling. When she was 3, Keisha told a docks worker her mother had burnt her with a cigarette. Docks received various reports of injuries to Keisha from neighbors and family members. Education officials went to Abrahams's home several times because Keisha only attended school 4 times in her life. School teachers and other witnesses had reported bruises on her face and head. Today Justice Harrison said Abrahams' anger and resentment about her own childhood affected her parenting. He said she will get psychiatric care and support and education in jail.